It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown, and here you go. It's that time of year. Road to Glory revealed. Playoff football at its finest, and we are at the Beggar's Pizza location, 127th Street and Kedzie Avenue in lovely historic Blue Island. And as is the case every year, we got on the guru, Deputy Suburban Sports Editor from Tribune Media Group, Mike Clark, will be our guest. We're going to dissect 5A, 6A, 7A, 8A playoff brackets. A lot of local flavor. Pick Mike's brain a little bit here, see what he thinks, and sit back and enjoy. We've got some projections to make. Now, people, don't take these personal, okay? If we don't pick your team, doesn't mean we don't like your team. We're trying to, flaunt our expertise a little bit, okay? All right, we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. When we return, we'll be joined by Mike Clark and a couple of Beggar's Pizzas on top of it, so stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
At Standard Bank, we help our neighbors make tomorrow brighter. Families count on us for personal service and banking convenience. Business owners find smart solutions and the resources to capitalize on new opportunities. It's one thing to locate in a community, quite another to invest in it. That's what we do at Standard Bank. We're people you know, services that make your life easier, and financial strength you can count on. We're Standard Bank, in your neighborhood.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And look at those beauties right here. Remember, folks, you only have a few days left. The month of October. Purchase a one-topping family-sized pizza, like this one right here. A nice sausage and cheese. And they throw you a nice free small cheese pizza, all right? The month of October at all participating Beggar's Pizzas, more than 20 locations throughout the Southland. All right, folks. Playoff football extravaganza here. Mike Clark, Deputy Suburban Sports Editor of Tribune Media Group, one of my bosses. Mike, thanks for coming on board again.
Great to be here.
Great to be here on a Sunday. We're taping on a Sunday, 11 a.m., what we do for our viewers. How about that?
Can't do enough for them.
We're givers. We are givers. All right, Mike. Lots of fun here. Let's kick things off with 8A. And a couple of wrinkles thrown in from week 9. Specifically from HF.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the stunner of the year probably, Bolingbrook knocking them off. We were talking about it a little bit before we went on the air, and I can't. It's surprising in a way, obviously, because Bolingbrook is having a down season. But I mean, this has been a great rivalry for the last few years. John Ivelo at Bolingbrook knows how to fire his kids up, and they've got maybe the best defensive player in the state in Tough Borland, who's going to Ohio State. So I could kind of see it from that standpoint, but it's high school football, so that's why we love it. And that's why we play the games. And I had someone actually tweet to me on Saturday night saying, hey, did HF throw the game to get a better path to the state championship in 8A? And not at all, because now they're looking at facing an undefeated Loyola team in the quarters instead of potentially in the semis or state championship. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, everybody in the state wanted that game to come in DeKalb. It won't come in DeKalb. As you said, it would be in the quarters if it happens. And you know, it'll be a great game wherever it is. I saw Loyola yesterday as we're taping last Saturday when you're watching this. But I mean, Loyola is just so good. I mean, they've got more receivers than probably any team I've ever seen at this level. I mean, they got big, strong kids who can catch the ball. They got a quarterback who knows how to get it to them. They got the best running back they've ever had. Just broke the school rushing record yesterday. So, and their defense is the typical Loyola defense. So that's going to be a great game. Balanced against that, you got HF, you know, the Harley Hampton twins, Bryce Gray, Kendrick Pryor, you know, keep going on and on. You know, a tremendous collection of skill players, and they're going to be kind of mad, I think, after this game, too.
Yeah, and I think everyone's looking at Loyola. I think Loyola is definitely the team to beat. But, you know, it's going to be a heck of a quarterfinal matchup with HF and a couple other local teams that can make some noise. Sandburg, a 20th seed, they open up against Palatine, who's 7-2, but I saw Sandburg against Lincoln Way East on Friday, and they gave Lincoln Way East a battle, ultimately fell 25-21. But this Sandburg team with Patrick Bruckey and Alec Fadon, they've got some weapons. I think this is a team that might be able to win one or two games.
There's no doubt. I mean, I was really impressed with them when they played HF. I mean, the final score didn't quite indicate how close the game was. I mean, Sandburg was right there. They had a great game plan, I thought. You know, they were throwing a lot of quick, short passes, and they've got some good receivers, as you said, Fadan. You know, he knows how to manage a game, too. I was really impressed with Sandburg. I could see them winning some games.
And I think another team to definitely keep an eye on locally, Brother Rice. They picked up a 5 seed. They open up against Bartlett, a 5-4 team. But Rice, they have a really nice path here. I think they could get to the semis. And who knows? They might make a run at a state championship. I mean, when you've got two great receivers like Julian Blaine, Ricky Smalling, and you know Cam Miller's had an unbelievable year at quarterback. The key for Brother Rice, though, is they are really banged up defensively. They need to get healthy, and hopefully they can do that the first 2 games and kind of make a run.
Well, I know that, you know, Brian Badke's done such a great job of turning this program around. You know, and I mean, they've been building toward this for a long time. I mean, you know, let's be honest. I mean, they've been kind of in the shadow of Mount Carmel and St. Rita for a long time, but now they're kind of coming into their own.
Yeah, no doubt. And the other local team in 8A, Marist, you know, now that the 1-32 seed, we were hoping you wouldn't see so many, you know, rematches, but this is a rematch here against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's 8-1. The only team they lost to was Marist.
Yeah, Marist has been kind of hard for me to figure out this year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they got some great skill players, no doubt. You know, Skolitsky's a great quarterback. This is going to be a really tough game for them, though, because Notre Dame remembers that game pretty well. Notre Dame's got some great skill players, too. So, I mean, that's a great first-round matchup.
So who do you like in 8A? What do you think happens here?
I mean, I think you got to go with Loyola. I mean, the other team we haven't mentioned, I should do it really quickly, is we could have a rematch of 2 years ago. Naperville Central, I've seen them. They're really solid on the other side of that bracket. Their only loss was a 1-pointer way back in week 2 or 3, I think. So I could see a rematch of that game in DeKalb.
Yeah, Loyola's definitely the team to beat. Hopefully HF can pull something off here, even maybe a Brother Rice. They lost to Loyola earlier in the season 28-0. They have a little bit of a redemption on their mind too. So, but no doubt about it, Loyola is the definite team to beat here, and my pick and Mike's pick. All right, we're going to go to Elisa Thomas Salon timeout. Remember, folks, Monday, Elisa Thomas Salon opened up a new location in Mokina, Route 30 and Wolf Road. That's location number 3. Go to lisathomassalon.com for some specials. And remember, kids, flash your high school ID, $27 haircut for girls, $17 for guys. They'll hook you up, having you looking your finest. All right, we come back. We're going to hit 7A and maybe a little 6A as well with Mike Clark. Stay tuned.
You can only make one first impression. So make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Again, we're joined by Mike Clark, Deputy Suburban Sports Editor of the Tribune Media Group, and a family sausage and cheese pizza and a small cheese pizza. Remember, purchase the one-topping family, get a free small cheese. Only this month, October, folks. Halloween on Saturday. Gerard's hungry. He can't wait for us to wrap this show up and we can start diving in a little bit. All right, Mike, let's hit 7A. And obviously the spotlight is on this one corner of this bracket. Obviously, Mount Carmel, Glenbard North, the 16th and 17th seeds respectively, to kick things off.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit in the previous segment about, actually before we were on the air rather, Mount Carmel is Mount Carmel. They had a tough loss against Loyola on Saturday. A.J. Reese got hurt second play from scrimmage with a hip injury. After the game, Frank Lenny wasn't sure of the extent of it, so we'll have to see how that plays out during the week. But I mean, the thing that impresses me about Mount Carmel real quick this year is we knew about A.J. Lewis coming in. We knew about A.J. Reese coming in. Their third and fourth running backs are really good. Yep. Mike Kennedy and Alec Thomas. And anybody who knows anything about baseball knows all about Alec Thomas, so I won't go into that anymore. But I mean, the depth at running back is about as good as they've ever had. Anthony Thompson's really good at managing the game. I mean, he's grown into that role so well. All that being said, they're playing Glenbard North, which has two close losses in the DVC, the DuPage Valley, early this year. The best conference in the state, hands down. Sorry, Catholic League Blue folks. You got 5 teams, they've got 9, and they're all pretty good. Yep. So that's the best first-round matchup. There's some pretty good ones. Naperville Central Bolingbrook is another good one, obviously, but this is the best one. And then your reward for winning that game is you get to play Glenbard West, which is got a great running back in Sam Brodner and their traditional defense. So, I mean, that's 2 state semifinal type games in the first 2 rounds, and whoever gets out of that, is going to be well positioned to get to DeKalb. Yep,
I totally agree with you. On a local standpoint, Revis had a great year, 8-1, shared the South Suburban Red with Eisenhower and Richards, the championship. And Revis has a shot here to win a couple games. I could see them getting to the quarters. And Isaiah Puche, quarterback, has had a tremendous year. Khalid Norvell, running back, is a weapon. So the Rams look good, but the rest of that bracket's pretty tough. On the other side, Mike, how about my alma mater? They got a 15 seed, 7-2, and they open up against Harlem.
Yeah. The Rockford area schools are always a mystery to everybody else in the state. It's a closed conference. Those teams don't play any non-conference games. They only play each other every year. So every year we come into the playoffs and it's like, how good are the Rockford teams? We don't know. Right. So who knows? I mean, it's been a great year for the Cardinals, no doubt. I've heard a lot about it from this guy all year long. And but it's a great story. I mean, Revis, getting back to them, a great story for them too. I mean, anybody who's followed Tim's his career as I have from back in his Hammond High days in Indiana, then at TF North. I mean, this guy specializes in turning around downtrodden programs, 3 of them now. The way he inspires kids to want to play hard for him is something, if anybody else out there hasn't seen them play, you need to go out and watch a Revis game because it's a great show.
It is. Tim Zazada is like the venture capitalist of high school football coaches. You know what I mean? He reclamation projects, he just takes them over and he builds them into winners. Tremendous job. Another team locally in 7A is Lincoln Way East. Kind of a tough read. They got a great quarterback in Brandon Bauer. Liam Morrissey's been banged up. Hopefully he's a little bit healthy at running back. They're playing a lot of guys 2 ways. Starters on defense are playing receiver, a kid like Kyle Warniak. So kind of a mystery to me. They got a decent road. They open up against Jacobs. Who knows with East? I mean, they might be able to put a little something together.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to see East this year, so, you're probably better suited to comment on them than I am. But I mean, Rob Zvonar, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing, so got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Although I will say, Jacobs has got a great quarterback. They've got one of the best coaches in the state, too. Bill Mitz, who was at Stevenson for years, came to Jacobs, revived that program. That's going to be a great first-round matchup.
Yeah, and East has a lot of experience on the line and has some size, so we'll see what happens there. I still like Lombard West. I think they're going to take it all. Sorry, local fans. I don't see us winning 8A, 7A. Let's get to 6A for a little bit here, Mike. We got a ton of local teams. I think 8 local teams here. A lot of great matchups, led by Lincoln Way North, grabbing the #1 seed with a 9-0 mark. A great story, obviously, in their last season.
Yeah, I mean, could you have written it any better? And we were just talking before the game, or before the show, rather, about their great trick play that they pulled against West on Friday.
The hook and ladder.
Yeah, I mean, George Zart has done an amazing job there. Obviously, tough year, first year, their varsity year, but I mean, otherwise they've been following the same path as East has followed pretty much, in the playoffs every year since then. It's been pretty amazing to watch for sure.
Yeah, and you got Morgan Park Richards, a great first-round game. I think Richards is highly motivated. If they win, they get a shot at Lincoln Way North in the second round, and they blew a 23-2 halftime lead to Lincoln Way North back in week 1, lost 30-29, so they'd like a little redemption. Thornton Hinsdale South, that's kind of a tough draw for Thornton, but the Wildcats, they're a few seconds from going 9-0.
Yeah, I like Thornton a lot. I mean, Dontrell Jackson has brought a lot of energy to the program. Thornton did, when they hired him, they did what they do a lot, They stay inside. I mean, the Thornton way, is something that they like over there. I mean, and they've done a great job. The kids buy into it, too. I mean, they got some great talent. Sam Taylor has done a great job. Yeah. They've got some other great skill players, too. So, I mean, it's great to see what they've done this year.
Yeah, Tiante McDaniel being another great skill guy over at Thornton. Great to see Shepard. They were 2-4. They won their last 3. They get in. However, their reward is going down to Sacred Heart Griffin, a #2 seed, 9-0. But Dominic Paslana looks like he's got this program on the rebound. I know their lower levels are positioned very well. So, good for Shepard. Good for District 218. How about a little applause for Richard, Shepard, and Eisenhower all qualifying for the postseason? A nice sweep. I don't see that happen in District 230 or some other, more reputable districts. They didn't pull the old sweep off. So kudos to the alma mater and then the rest of the district. And how about this, though? Crete-Monee and Lamont, if they both win their first round games, they could meet in the second round.
Yeah. Crete, I would say, has been a little bit maybe under the radar this year just because, playing in the Southland, it's always a little bit tough for them because they've got not as many conference games. They have to kind of scramble to find some other games to play. But I think they might have been helped by playing Prairie Ridge in Week 9. Prairie Ridge is a great program, and that's kind of like a playoff-type game for them. And that's probably Crete's biggest issue over the years is they just don't get enough competition in that conference, obviously, to get ready for the playoffs. But, one of the things that has happened over there is even after Jerry Verdi left after they won the state championship, obviously John Konecki has kept things going too.
Yeah, I like Crete to get to the championship. I really do, and I think they'll go up against Montini. But I'm thinking Montini's just too much. I think Montini's going to win this thing. What about you in 6A?
I like Montini, and I have to say I got to like Sacred Heart Griffin until somebody proves me wrong. I mean, it's hard to say too because Sacred Heart Griffin has the pedigree. They don't come up here and they don't play anybody that we know, so it's kind of hard to tell. Are they as good as the previous Sacred Heart Griffin teams? We don't know for sure until we get there, but I saw Montini way back in Week 1 against Maine South, which is a really good 7A team, and Montini is the real deal. They got a great quarterback in Justin Blake. I think that's kind of what we're looking at there.
Yep. All right, folks, we are going to go to an athletics timeout. Remember, guys, you're banged up a little bit, injuries, you need some rehab. Tom Mulvey over at Athletics is the guy to make it happen, get you back on your feet, playing at 100%. Folks, we come back, we're going to hit 5A. Stay tuned.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
At Standard Bank and Trust, we believe that choosing a community bank and finding the latest conveniences are not mutually exclusive. You can have both. We strive to give our customers value and convenience, like online banking with mobile deposit, so you can bank anywhere, anytime, and competitive rates on mortgage and home equity loans. At Standard Bank, you'll find services that fit your lifestyle and people you know. We're Standard Bank, in your neighborhood.
Hello, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, Mike, let's talk 5A here. Got some good local flavor. I think we're going to have a team from the area get it done here, but what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think, the quad that everybody's looking at, not an official quad because they don't seed it that way anymore, but basically the bottom half of the top bracket, we got 3 East Suburban Catholic teams, Nazareth, Joliet Catholic, Marion Central. They all beat each other. Marion Central beat Nazareth in the rain up in Woodstock. Then Joliet Catholic hammered Marion Central in Joliet. And one of the best games I saw all year was Joliet Catholic rather, knocking off Nazareth. Up 31-0 at halftime, win 38-35. The big key for the Hilltoppers is getting healthy. They've had some tough injuries all year long. If they're healthy, I like them. Nazareth's got some great skill players. That would be in the quarterfinals, I believe. Am I right about that?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be a great game. And the thing about it is Joliet Catholic would have to get past Marion Central probably in the second round. So tough road for Joliet Catholic, but again, if they're healthy, I think they can do it.
Yeah, Michael Johnson's had a great year at running back, and the key with that Joliet Catholic Marion Central matchup in round 2 is it would be at JCA. You know what I mean? So, I've been up to Marion Central, tremendous atmosphere, love watching the game up there, but man, if you could stay away from that Hornets Nest, get away from that. Locally, Tinley Park nabbed an 8 seed. They open up against Payton. I like Tinley here, man. I think Tinley has the potential of getting to the quarterfinals. Dan McCullough, quarterback, and Lamont Brooks, Maurice Robinson, they've had a great year. Kudos to Tinley. I think they got to run them. And the one team I really, really like here locally is St. Lawrence. Alex Martinez and the boys. They open up against Rich Central, and Terrell Alexander's done a great job at Rich Central this year. But I think Laurence could make a run here, Clarky.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, one of the games that kind of showed me what they've got is Bishop McNamara is one of the top teams in the lower classes. They beat an 8A playoff team in Plainfield North, and St. Lawrence just manhandled Bishop McNamara, beat him 70-40, which sounds more like a basketball score than a football score, but there's no doubt. I mean, Harold Blackman has done a tremendous job. I mean, that football program was really struggling when he got there. Took a few years, but that's what it takes. It takes a few years to build a football program back. Looks like they're going to be good. We were talking off the air that their lower levels are good, so it doesn't look like this is a one and done thing.
No, not at all. So this second straight year they made the playoffs. I like JCA to get to the state championship, and on the other end, Lincoln Way West. They're 7-2, but 2 games, 2 losses. They could have won both those games. Gabe Montavo and the boys. I think it's going to be West and JCA in the state championship. Unfortunately, I see JCA knocking down number 14. Unfortunately for Lincoln Way West fans, of course.
The other team you got to look at is Washington. They're 9-0. Certainly the best downstate team in this bracket. Yes,
exactly.
Right.
Okay. All right, Mike, thanks for coming on board again. Going to be a fun 5 weeks.
Absolutely.
What do you think? Going to be good times here.
Can't wait for DeKalb.
All right. All right, folks, we're going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. When we return, text poll question of the week, players of the week. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
You can only make one first impression. So make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has a trained technicians and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Okay, folks, real quick here, Zach Pettit offered you a little bit of a challenge last week. The over-under on tackles was 1.5. You came through, buddy. 4 tackles during St. Lawrence's victory last week. Giving this to Mr. Grabowski, he will hand-deliver this to you. $25 gift card, compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe. Use it well, my friend, all right? All right, the Standard Bank text poll question of the week. All right, which high school, local high school, has won the most football state championships with 13? Okay, they already have 13 state championships. Text A for Mount Carmel, B for Providence, C for Montini, D for Joliet Catholic. Text your answer, A, B, C, or D, to 708-365-8501. Texter number 4 with the correct response gets a $50 gift card, compliments of Standard Bank local branches all over the area. All right, folks, Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. Going to hook up Lincoln Way North quarterback Jake Arthur through 4 touchdown passes to lead the Phoenix to a 28-21 overtime win over Lincoln Way West. Most importantly, 9-0 season in the Phoenix's final season open as a school. So we're going to hook them up with a $25 gift card. Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. I'm going to go local here. We're right across the street from Eisenhower. Girls volleyball player Jessica Belseth recorded an area-leading 352 kills to help the Cardinals to a record-setting season. Goodie bag, compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon, some product, gift card, all kinds of good stuff. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great week. Get out to some playoff games this coming weekend. Going to be a good time. Have a good one.